Hello. Welcome to Spooky Shadows.
The old highway snaked through a desolate landscape. It stretched endlessly, a black ribbon against the setting sun. Dust devils danced across the cracked asphalt, the only sign of movement for miles. This was a road less travelled, shunned even by the bravest of souls. It was on this road, shrouded in an eerie silence, that the Grand Blackwood Hotel stood. The setting sun cast long, eerie shadows stretching towards the hotel like grasping claws. The Grand Blackwood wasn't grand anymore. It was a relic of a bygone era, its once bright facade now faded and peeling. The hotel loomed large, a menacing silhouette against the dying light. Its windows, like vacant eyes, stared out blankly. The once grand entrance, now dilapidated and shrouded in shadows, seemed to whisper tales of forgotten tragedies. The paint peeled off the walls like scabs, revealing the rotting wood underneath. The air hung heavy with the smell of dampness and decay, a testament to years of neglect and despair. John, a lone traveller caught in a storm, stumbled upon the hotel. Seeking refuge, he approached cautiously. The door creaked open as if inviting him into its shadowy embrace. John stepped inside, unaware of the horrors that awaited him. The lobby was shrouded in an unsettling silence. Dust lay thick on the floor, undisturbed for years. A faint, musty odour hung in the air, a mix of decay and something John couldn't quite place. John felt a cold shiver run down his spine. He heard whispers, faint and indistinct, seeming to emanate from the very walls of the hotel. The air grew heavy, charged with an unseen energy. He shook his head, trying to dismiss the growing unease. He walked towards the only illuminated room, his footsteps echoing in the eerie silence. The whispers grew louder, swirling around him like a ghostly vortex. They seemed to be calling his name, beckoning him towards an unknown fate. Section 5. The Lady in White. John stopped outside room 13, his heart pounding in his chest. The whispers were at their loudest here, laced with a palpable sense of dread. He slowly reached for the doorknob, his hand trembling. As he pushed the door open, a cold gust of wind slammed it shut. He jumped back, his heart racing. He tried the door again, this time managing to force it open. The room was empty except for a long white gown draped over a chair, swaying gently as if caressed by an unseen hand. Section 6. Vanishing Guests. John fled the room, his mind reeling. He stumbled down the hallway, desperate to escape the suffocating atmosphere of the hotel. As he reached the lobby, he noticed an old guest book lying open on the counter. He picked it up, his fingers tracing the faded ink. The last entry sent chills down his spine. It simply read, "The Lady in White, she's real." The words were scrawled in a shaky hand, the ink smeared as if by tears or something else. Section 7. The Unsolved Mystery. John slammed the book shut, his breath catching in his throat. He had to get out to escape the clutches of this cursed place. He ran towards the entrance, his heart pounding against his ribs, but as he reached for the doorknob, it wouldn't budge. The door was locked. Panic surged through him. He rattled the doorknob, kicked at the door, but it wouldn't give. He was trapped. The whispers started again, this time louder, closer, mocking his fear. He was not alone. Section 8. A Glimmer of Hope. John sank to the floor, his back against the cold, unforgiving wood of the door. He was at the mercy of whatever haunted this place. He closed his eyes, bracing himself for the inevitable. But then a sound cut through the silence, a rhythmic tapping, faint but persistent. He opened his eyes and saw it. A small rusted metal object lying on the floor near the boarded-up window. It was glowing faintly, pulsing with an eerie light. It was the source of the tapping sound. Hope flickered within him. Could this be the key to his escape? Section 9. Trapped. John crawled towards the object, his hand outstretched. As he reached for it, the whispers reached a fever pitch, swirling around him like a tornado. He could feel a presence in the room, cold and menacing. He could feel his heart pounding in his chest, his breath coming in short, shallow gasps. He was close now, his fingers inches away from the object. Just as he was about to grasp it, a cold, clammy hand shot out from the shadows, clamping onto his wrist with an inhuman strength. John screamed, his eyes wide with terror as he was pulled back into the darkness. The tapping stopped. The object lay forgotten on the floor, its faint glow the only source of light in the now silent hotel.
Story 2.
The Grand Hotel. Majestic, imposing, a relic of a bygone era. But beneath the opulent facade lies a darkness, a chilling history that whispers through the corridors. Built in 1888, this grand dame has borne witness to a century of joy, sorrow, and unspeakable tragedy. Guests come for the elegance, the charm. They stay for the fear. The air is thick with it, a palpable sense of dread that clings to you like cobwebs. Shadows dance at the edge of your vision. Footsteps echo in the dead of night. The Grand Hotel is more than just a building. It's a vessel, a conduit to the other side, where the veil between our world and the next wears thin. The year was 1912. Emily Blackwood, a beautiful socialite, checked into the Grand Hotel, her heart filled with dreams of a bright future. She was to be married. A grand affair planned in the hotel's opulent ballroom, but fate, it seemed, had other plans. On the eve of her wedding, Emily was found dead in her room, a single rose clutched in her lifeless hand. The circumstances surrounding her demise remain a mystery to this day. Some say she died of a broken heart, her fiancé having left her at the altar. Others whisper of foul play, of a jealous rival, a secret lover. Whatever the truth, Emily's spirit never left the Grand Hotel. Room 13, a room shrouded in fear, avoided by guests and staff alike. It is here within these four walls that Emily Blackwood breathed her last, and it is here that her tormented soul lingers, trapped in a perpetual loop of despair. Guests who have dared to stay in room 13 report feeling a cold hand on their shoulder as they sleep. The scent of roses filling the air, the faint sound of a woman weeping. Doors slam shut on their own, lights flicker and die, objects move with no explanation. Room 13 is a vortex of unexplained phenomena, a chilling reminder that some tragedies never truly end.